Like the energy was up,
Yeah.
productivity was up. Did you like what you saw today?
Yeah, I mean, it's 17th practice, so you're getting towards the end of camp here. And I thought they've really given us everything they've got every day, right? They really do come out and approach it the right way. So definitely, happy about the way they approach it. We've got to clean some things up like we always do in practice, but definitely good energy. Yep.
What unit, coach, do you think's ahead of it, and what unit needs to improve a little bit, man?
I think every unit needs to improve. There's no unit that's ahead of another unit. I think that there's been some really good things out there, but every unit needs to improve.
Can you talk about DJ Biggins? I noticed he had
Yeah.
some good plays too.
DJ's come in here as a freshman and done a really nice job. He's smart. He learns the playbook well. He can run. Again, not very highly recruited guy. Somebody that we really liked, was a really good athlete in high school, played football and basketball, and instinctive guy and great energy. Tries to get better every day. Really enjoy having him on the team.
Coach, all three quarterbacks out there look a lot more confident.
Yeah,
No turnovers today. How do you feel about their progress?
that's big.
Yeah.
That's big. We've when we don't turn the ball over, we've won the majority of our games. When we turn the ball over, which has been a lot, we don't win. And so to take care of the ball has been huge, and we got to continue to do that. I think all three of those guys have really gotten better. I really do. They've really worked hard. We've done a lot of, obviously, hours and hours of meetings, walkthroughs, jog-throughs, and then a lot of move the field periods to make it game-like conditions, right? Change the situation, change the field position, and I think they've all done a great job. Obviously, we have a ways to go here, but before we play Cincinnati, but they've really improved, no doubt. Yep.
You were getting obviously a versatile rusher in Mason when
Yeah.
he came initially. Now that you've had some time to really see it after the summer, where he obviously had tons of workouts, got stronger. What's kind of impressed you even more about him?
I just think he's just, Graham. He really, it means a lot to him. He prepares. He's a good guy in the locker room. He really wants to be good. He goes out there every day. He's got a good demeanor. He's the same guy every day. He's not an up and down guy. He has a way of connecting with the whole team, not just the offense. And he's gotten better. He's really worked hard to get better. And, when you put that amount of work in, you're going to get better. Now, what it looks like in a game, we got to wait and see here at Boston College, because he hasn't played for us yet. But we feel very confident in where he is right now, and he's done a really good job.
The running back room has been a consistent positive note throughout camp.
Yeah.
But they continue to take a lot of snaps throughout practice, and they seem to improve every day. How have they been able to do that just as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, they're really coached well. Mike Hart does a great job of coaching those guys, rotating them in and out. I think that when you look at Evan Dickens, he's really picked up the offense very well. He's a very, very studious guy. He studies hard. He's prepared. Bo McCormick's had a really good offseason. Nolan Ray's kind of banged up right now, but we believe he'll be ready for game week. And then Mekhi Dodd's really improved over the last few practices. So, and then we got guys like Ferrucci. Ferrucci jumps in there, and look, Ferrucci probably won't play a whole lot this year, but man, he when we need him in a pinch in practice, he's a tough guy and he does a lot of good things. So I think they're very well coached, and they're tough, and they have good vision, and they understand the offense, and they've done a good job.
I think with the O-line, we've seen a few different combinations.
Yeah.
You mind just talking about a little bit, what you're seeing going into that, why you're switching them up?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of competition there, Graham. I think that there's competition at the tackle spot. Christian Phillips can play guard or tackle, which is great for us. Michael Kraus is a center. That's what he plays. But you look at Judah Pruitt and Rob Smith, feel pretty good about the inside guys. Those guys have played really well. The tackle spot, feel really good about it, but it's a competition, right? You've got Travion, you've got Pop, you've got Juju, you've got Christian, and that's a good problem to have. And so we feel good about where we're at. We try to play the same five by day, you know what I mean? So today we're going to play this five together, and tomorrow we'll play this five together. So they've all played together, and they understand each other's, communication and all the different things that go into playing next to each other. But I think that they've really gotten better.
A lot's been made about special teams the last few years.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with every unit there right now?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is I really like the specialists, Kevin. I think the specialists are really good. I think the addition of Bryce LaFollette has really helped us. It's helped Andy. He's gotten better. Having Luca got a day off today, so we gave him a day off. Having now John Hewitt, who's done a really good job as a freshman, And then the snappers, Crookie and John Owens, I mean, there's a battle there. So you have 6 guys there that are really competitive, so which is good. It's a very strong position as opposed to like the first year. Nothing against that. Liam had to do everything, if you remember back to that first year, because of various things. But this year, you know, we've got a really talented specialist group. I think punt protection is always a difficult deal because of the rules and the new rules now and things like that. But I think our guys have adapted well. We have great coaching there with Matt Turn and Nick McGriff. I think the coverage units are going to be good. We've got better depth there, guys that can run and hit. And then the return units, you know, we'll see how many kickoff returns we get. You know, we don't really get a whole lot of those. And then the punt returner, we've got several guys that can be the punt returner. With Cam back there, Cam Martinez, Charlie Camella's done a good job. TJ can go back there, punt return and kick return. So I think we're solid there. Again, like anything else, we got to go do it. But I think we're solid there.
Sorry, I was gonna say, how hard is it to know what you have in the return game until you get into a game?
Yeah, you know, you try to, it's based on their different skill sets, you know what I mean? Like, and also how they process things. There's some guys that go back there, I'm not going to give you any names here, that they're going to return it no matter what. No matter where it's kicked, kickoff, or punt, no matter where, they're returning it. They're not listening to the coaching of, hey, let it go, or fair catch it, or whatever. And then there's other guys that are, you know, going to make the decision to fair catch and things like that. So that goes into it, you know, one way or the other. How do we choose that? Because sometimes you want a guy that, you know, thinks he can hit a home run. Maybe he can, and you need that. So they all have good confidence, and we'll decide. There's a lot of parity there, and we'll make a good decision on who it'll be.
Coach, we're about 10 days out from Cincinnati. Have you gone there yet, or are you still focused on the team?
No, we've done some Cincinnati. We work, you know, not a full practice or anything like that, which will start like full practices on Sunday on that, but we've had a couple periods per day that focus on Cincinnati in all 3 phases.
And Coach, I know this is looking ahead even more, but yesterday they announced Dylan Larkin, the starter.
Yeah.
Rutgers. Thoughts on, you know, of course, going up against him. We recruited him. He played here.
Yeah, no, he's a hell of a player, a really good player. Happy for him. You know, look, at the end of the day, he felt like he wanted to make a move there, and wish him the best. He's a really good player. Rutgers got a good quarterback there, and you know, we're focused on Cincinnati. When that game comes up, we'll focus on that game. But wish Dylan and his family the best. Great family, great guy. That's college football. You know, that's the portal. Mm-hmm. Guys can leave, and they make those choices, what's best for them, and things like that. So wish him the best.
Where do you feel like tight ends are at right now? And, you know, that was probably a position group after Chud's injury that you wanted to keep an eye on. Can you just talk about that now?
I think we're doing, you know, losing Chud's not the greatest thing in the world. He's a really good player, obviously. But a lot of guys have stepped up. Brady Clough has really stepped up. And really one of the most improved players on our team. Zeke Moore's a really good football player. Just a kind of a glue guy that can do a lot of different things. We moved Bryce Lewis, and he's gotten better. He's really worked hard to get better, so there's a role for him. And then Danny Edgehill has gotten better too, and there's a role for him. He's a little banged up right now, but he'll be ready for game week. We're giving him some days off. He's dealing with a stinger and stuff like that in his shoulder. So, but yeah, I think that group's really improved. I think they're really well coached. They know what to do. We can move them around, and they know what their assignment is, which is huge. And I'm happy with the way they progressed. Yep.